probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. Won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do is push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up? Taco Tuesday, everybody out there doing it. It's your boy, Coach Lee. Back at it like we're mad at it. Man, we going to have some fun today. Got some great topics to cover with you guys. Sports Chatter Show where we cover all of the content. Post from a group. If you're not in there, you're a square. So get up in there just like that. Before we can get started, got to bring my man up from the Northeast. My man, too. What's happening, brother?
What's going on? It's Tuesday, baby. What's going on? Sports Chatter Show. We here. Hope you get into it, Coach, as well as everybody else getting into it on this fabulous Tuesday. I have a lovely burrito. You want to know what I had in my burrito? I had
hot sauce.
I had hot sauce as well. Hot sauce on the side. I had chicken, rice, beans. Had some kale in my burrito today.
Kale, all the way healthy.
You know what I put in my burrito? I put some mashed sweet potatoes in that thing, man. Oh my God, slamming, bomb. You know what I'm saying? Kind of felt Thanksgiving-ish. You know what I'm saying?
No doubts. Hey, shout out to people who hanging in here with us now. We see you, Chris. Chris, you already trying to start some mess in here today, ain't you? Tupac over Biggie. That's hot. That's like LeBron against MJ.
You know what I'm saying? East Coast flower. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys are from New York. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to both of them guys. Like you said, this is like a debate with like two greats. You know, you got to break it down to categories. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to win the most? I'll probably go. I gotta go Pac. You know what I'm saying? And that's no disrespect to Big, you know, but I'm gonna go Pac.
You know, definitely I agree with you, Kawan. Bigger the lyricist, Tupac, the impact. For me, in that crucial moment in my life, as a young 20-some-year-old, Pac was very inspirational for me. Some time for the bad.
Definitely.
But most of it was for the good. So I got to agree with you on that.
Real talk.
They both were great. I totally agree with you, Chris. And both gave, the short time that we had, both of them, they gave us, some jewels forever. What's up, Sedge? We see you out there, friend.
Said, baby, we partying this week. Sean, he ain't talking this week. You know what I'm saying? He under the covers after that Vikings performance last night. Kirk Cousins, PU.
Man, and you know what? I picked Cousins in that game, in the Vikings. And when I got through that first quarter, I'm like, man, I forgot Kirk Cousins. He did not show up for primetime games.
What a great way to make Jalen Hurts look good on a big stage on Monday night.
He looked real good, man. Them Eagles look good, bro.
He look good. I was knowing yesterday that Philly loves, you know what I'm saying? They know how to groom, you know what I'm saying, black quarterbacks. So when the issues were going around that Jalen possibly isn't a QB1 last year, I'm like, damn, let this man grow. You know, and he still has to grow. He's going to continue to grow. We don't want to go overreaction here, but it's good to see that they growing confidence in him.
Boy, y'all love talking about them Cowboys on y'all.
Now, it's wild. It's wild, man. Kirk was, in fact, Scooby-Doo. He was.
Yeah, but the only thing with, even though, how many playoff victories does Kirk have? Has he gotten his team to the playoffs?
Does he got one?
I think he might have one.
He got one.
Okay.
I believe he has that one when they beat the Saints.
The two GTS leaders of all time.
Hey, how can he beat Dak if Dak ain't playing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, quick, man. You know, you're always bashing my guy Dak. You know, hey, your man Lamar comes over to New England this week. He coming to Massachusetts this week, and I hope he light these Patriots up.
See the love we can give? He can give y'all team love. Y'all be so occupied about our Cowboys.
On the other hand, we ain't going to act like Lamar ain't have, you know what I'm saying, nothing to do with Miami coming back the other day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to talk from a Rails perspective. You know what I'm saying? A real dog in the game is going to put the team down, and this offense is going to continue to score. Now, the fact that Lamar and them didn't continue to score, you know, that's the factor. But the deciding factor was the defense. The defense is horrible. He knows that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to show some love to Lamar, but we going to throw the little crisp on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That. Don't be hurt. Don't be disrespecting that.
Lamar ready to leave. I'm going to throw it out here, man. I won't be surprised if San Fran make a push for Lamar in the offseason. Go on and pay the toll because he's going to get franchised. They're a quarterback away from competing.
He ready to leave. I wouldn't even say that. He's a football player. He wants to play. I guarantee you that this man wants to, like right now, he's putting on his pads and he's going out and performing like a professional. So if it's honest what he's saying, he'll go to the table at the end of the year and they'll discuss something. We'll see what's discussed. But for right now, I won't say ready to leave. I'll say that he's playing with a purpose when people are saying he shouldn't be playing on purpose. So kind of double-edged sword. But Lamar's taking it the right way.
I can see that because he's from Florida, right? If I'm not mistaken.
But you got to peak too. Overreaction. But how about if Tua goes up from here? Miami, we just seen them spend all that money last year. You don't think they'll try to go a little cheap on at least something next year instead of going big cash on Lamar? I mean, he is from Miami, but at the same time, if Tua can really understand the system, I think he'll stay around.
I think, let me see.
Be a better proficient passer. The system is there for him. All he has to do is make the plays when they're given. Wow.
I'm trying to see what the cap space is for the Dolphins. So I thought they still had quite a bit. They still have $16 million available.
You said 60?
16.
16?
16.
Yeah.
So I can definitely, let me see. Who they got coming out the books this year that's big? Actually, they really ain't paying nobody. I'm looking at this contracts.
Exactly. So
man.
Unless they putting Xavier Howard in a deal and sending Baltimore some guys and go and get Lamar, they're gonna sign him to a deal. Which could happen, but I'm gonna stay here and play face and let the season grow and let the season resume and let's say that Tua will be their quarterback.
Their biggest cap hit for this year is Emmanuel Ogba at $11.3 million. Wow. No wonder they running out there signing everybody this year.
Yeah, you know, every couple of years Miami goes on a splurge, you know, and they can do that because of what the performance is on the football field or what it's been years prior. But as they try to improve and become better.
See, then it jumps. Okay, next year, you're right. They won't be able to get them because I'm looking. They backloaded a lot of the contracts. So next year, Tyreek hits them. He's a $31 million cap hit. Armstead is a $20 million cap hit. Byron Jones, $18 million. Ogba, $17 million. Baker, $11 million. So next year is when everything comes into play for them.
Right. And if they can develop and continue to develop speedy receivers and fast receivers, hey, if it doesn't work out with Tua in a couple of years, maybe Lamar could be that guy. go over there and play with Tyreek Hill for the rest of his contract. Jalen Waddle is a guy too that's gonna make top of noise in the wide receiver market if he keeps his play up. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving, you know what I'm saying? Loving the Waddle, you know, so
man, y'all gotta let that cowboy hate go, man.
You gotta let that cowboy hate go. That
man. So
let that go.
Here's a little bit of a sidetrack. So I saw it earlier today, somebody posted about it. Here's my thing. Do I hear Cowboy fans say this all year? Yes, I do. But I hear non-fans talk about it way more than fans. And I hear non-fans talking about them in general way more than fans. That's why they're relevant, because y'all keep talking about it.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? You got to put us to sleep when we deserve to be put to sleep. But as a fan, I'm a fan. I never want my boys to go to sleep. But the fact of the matter is that it's football. And I'm always going to have on my mind that it's any given Sunday.
That's true.
Sometimes it can be over-exaggerated. Sometimes it can be pointed on like it was this Sunday when I told everybody that my Cowboys were going to beat the Bengals.
You did say that. I didn't believe it. You said it.
And I was confident in my pick because I low-key disrespected the Bengals earlier in the summer when we had our talks about teams, and I said that offensive line was going to, and maybe it might be the first few games. Maybe they'll get adjusted. We know that Burrow, you know, had a surgery this summer. It's gonna take time. You know what I'm saying? They got to the Super Bowl, and a lot of teams that get to the Super Bowl, especially the team that loses, we see what they do the next year.
Right.
So we got to do all that in perspective sometimes. We're talking, and people might have been like, "Oh, T's wild the other day." No, that was real talk. And you know what I did the whole day on Facebook? I didn't say a word to you guys. You know why? Because it felt y'all guys didn't even want to go in there and talk about the Cowboys beating the Bengals because y'all didn't think it was going to happen.
He says, "Now, coach, it's just a reciprocal of all the Cowboys fans saying this our year every year." I gotta disagree with that. I know a lot of Cowboy fans and don't hear that like that. I hear other people talk about it way more than we do. Actually, it's kind of nauseating. But hey, whatever gets y'all rocks up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the motive. It's the motive. It's team sports. It's football. If you ain't over there every Sunday, hoping for your team to win, hoping that your team can get to that last game for the Lombardi, then you should not be a football fan. Now, if you want to say I'm being unrealistic when I say this is all year, man, every year it's all year until it's not no more. And we lose, and then we got to deal with it. We got to deal with the losses. We got to deal and cope with it. Me, and I know you as well. When we lose, got to cope with it. But we got some good chatter, man. You know what I'm saying? And we got more NFL chatter for you guys tonight.
We do.
You know? And God bless everybody.
Some pieces with Cowboys over by Bengals, and they look. Yeah, the Bengals don't look right, man. That offensive line that they invested all that money in offseason, it still don't look good. He's on pace for over 100 sacks for the season.
Yes, me personally, you have to believe in your team. And though a lot of those guys on the Bengals last year on the offensive line were pool juice, you know, as a team, they got to where fans want their team to get to the Super Bowl. And they were disrespected. Some guys were signed. You know, now everybody says they have an improved offensive line. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying, dealing with karma.
So let me go back to this real fast. So the Bengals missing some pieces. So Dallas was missing. They starting quarterback. They starting left tackle. Their starting guard was playing left tackle. His backup, he's missing. So that's three starters essentially out right there. Then your wide receivers aren't healthy. Yeah, we're missing quite a bit too. Is it the Bengals line or Burrow trying to go for 50? If these first two games are an indication, I will probably have to say it's that line. He don't have no time. He's having to get regulated to 3-step drops. He can't do 5-step drops. Collins, now I see why Dallas let him go. He did like a shell of himself out there. Granted, he was going against Micah, But I looked at him last week, when they played Pittsburgh. He was getting used up over there too. I think he might be done, man.
And the Bengals did well last year, but we'll make the Super Bowl this year. Chris, thank you, Chris, very much, man. We know that. And I'm happy that you agree with that as well. Because
yeah, they definitely got that Super Bowl hangover, man.
A little bit of Patron.
That's true. He did go against two of the premier pass rushers, but man, some of that stuff, it looked like he was just completely lost.
Yep, it's me and Parsons, man. So you know what I'm saying? We was dominant. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my cousin TJ Watt. You know what I'm saying? He'll be back. Shout out to JJ, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the boys, man.
Chris said he thinks they're gonna make the playoffs. But it's
shout out to DJ too. The Watts is in heavy favor when it comes to NFL.
That's true. They may make the playoffs. So first topic of the night we got up. That's good feedback. Y'all chatted up tonight. Love that.
Yes, sir.
Circle the wagons. And this one, we kind of picked this because we gotta mess with the Saints fans in the groups. It's amazing how Saints fans, boy, they disappear when they lose. It sure is quiet in the group. They're not gonna start talking till Thursday.
Thursday, they'll start talking. Takes them 3 days to get over a loss.
Yeah. Man, it's we're gonna see, man. They weren't this quiet last year. Anyway, I digress. So shout out to a man, Godfrey. The first post of the night, he posted in the group. He says, after this winnable game, I don't want to hear MVP and Jameis Winston in the same sentence no more. We should have beat Tampa. We can blame coaching, but I'm giving this all to Jameis. 4 turnovers in the second half, 3 interceptions in one quarter. Nope.
Hey, man. Hey, we had Dakota in week 1 that couldn't solve the riddle of the Bucks defense. Statistically, it wasn't as bad as that from Jameis, but that Buccaneers defense is good. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give a shout out to them.
Yep.
Saints team that always feels confident when they go play against the Buccaneers team. It was just a different course. Before that game on Sunday, speculation goes around that Jameis Winston's playing with fractures in his back.
Yeah, got 4 cracked vertebrae.
Now, I'm all for Jameis Winston playing football, but if that is not an indication of not healthy, why is he playing?
Here's more of a detriment to it. Yes, why is he playing, as you said? But how bad is Andy Dalton?
It must be how bad he is, because I don't think that bad of Andy like that they're not going to just press off Jameis. And, that's weird to me. They didn't have Kamara for Sunday's game either, did they? Kamara didn't.
No, he's got I think he has the same injury that Herbert has. Got damaged cartilage on his ribs.
So and all, they didn't have those guys. So going into the game, like Dallas was equipped, receiver-wise, but we had the running game. You know what I'm saying? We just stopped on the running game. The Saints couldn't even balance the running game because they didn't have their star. They didn't have their guy.
Yeah.
But they kept close for the majority of the game. But as what happened in the Dallas game, Tampa Bay found some ways to score the football, and then Jameis helped them score the football as well. Jameis, all MVP talk. Somebody mentioned that in this group.
There's a lot of people saying that for him.
Mr.
30 for 30.
My homie Jake from State Farm. Shout out to Jake over in Ohio. He mentioned that Jameis can be an MVP candidate. You can't do this type of stuff after week 1 because you're going to be sad after week 2 when he has a performance like this. And Devin White, man, was he a comedian after the game throwing shade at Jameis, saying that we already knew what Jameis was about. And hey, it showed. It showed.
Yeah. And Kawan agrees with you. Said Jake definitely said that.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? I say one thing: keep the receipts, guys. Just keep them. You know what I'm saying? It's good to keep them. You know what I'm saying? And not even to blow all the smoke. But sometimes I'll be wanting to smoke. But in all, I respect Jameis. But if he's hurt,
And here's the thing: they need to go on, sit them, let them get the rest. Okay, they're gonna play them, and then they're gonna lose them for the season again. Then you talking about Andy Dalton. And hey,
but this is what I say. I mean, it's an organization decision. I don't know if it's fully a player decision, but I'm kind of smelling like they're starting to cook Jameis Winston up.
Yeah, he's going to be their scapegoat.
For the career, like we was talking about Bill Bellamy yesterday with Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to feel like they want the Jameis show to be over. But Jameis has been a very respectful guy. You know what I'm saying? He's matured a bit and all that. You know, and I hope after his Saints run, he's on another team. But seems right now,
is this
they can get at least 20 points per game with Taysom running RPO with those receivers. It kind of sounds like an Unk comment, but I'm not gonna say it's Unk. I'm gonna say that Unk's eating some filet mignon right now. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to Mrs. Leroy. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to you. I hope you're having a good time. But
no doubt. Happy birthday, sis.
But
yeah.
That's
big cap.
If they had big ups or get into the playoffs with Jameis Winston this year, and he's hurt, and now do you rely and like this person relying on Taysom Hill? Like I don't know how to take that. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing great at his job, being a utility guy. You know what I'm saying? If the ball needs to be thrown, best believe he'll be there to do it. How successful would he be? But MVP Jameis Winston, overreaction in week 1. We know Jameis was going to have this type of game at some point.
Everybody but Saints fans knew it.
Everybody, Mardi Gras. He threw y'all Mardi Gras party with the football.
So I look at some of these comments. We got. Let's see if we can do it like that. That better? Nah, I didn't get any better, did it? I don't think he did. Let's see. Nah, I don't think he did. But we got there we go. So first comment we see tonight, we have of course Bumpy gonna get in there. I guess Robert Cletus.
Yep. It was Cletus this week, you know, the Green Bay Cletus Packers got a victory on Sunday, beating the Chicago Lone Bears. But hey, it was earlier before his Packers played, and he was enjoying every minute of it, as he always does.
Yes, Taysom did exactly what he was supposed to do. Take some money for little to no production and some excitement. Yeah, that dude ain't Taysom. Ain't he like 30 now? I think he's about 30 now. He's not going to turn into this quarterback that some of them think he is all of a sudden.
Nah, I don't believe so. But if they need him to play the position, he'll play the position.
Cletus is Bumpy, who is also Rob, all 3 in 1. That's true.
Yes, all day. The 3 personalities. Mick Foley. You got a Mick Foley thing going over there. Robert Cletus, Bumpy the 3rd.
Bobby says that's what Jameis does. Did y'all forget he was holding the clipboard last year? He's a turnover machine. And here's another. So this is the part I like. Go have 2 Saints fans kind of going back and forth. So Jesse says, really, he the only MVP, play bad, or you just biased? And then Godfrey, who's a Saints fan, says Jameis was horrible these last 2 games outside of 1 quarter. We have buku talent on that team to be underachieving. So in both games, who made the first mistakes? If you really watch the games, I guarantee both games, it wasn't Winston messing up first, but carry on. He said, doesn't matter who messed up first. You're the leader of the team, and he was making a big mistake. can't turn that ball over like that. And
Nah.
here's the thing that I kind of noticed. The Saints' run defense is very good. They're very hard to run against. That secondary, boy, they can be carved up a little bit out on that back end. Honey Badger looks lost out there. He looking like he did, when he left. The reason Kansas City left, there was a lot of people saying he just lost out there at times.
Yeah, it seems like he's lost out there, and it seems like the welcome that he wanted back to New Orleans hasn't been so welcome to him since he arrived. So maybe hopefully he can get more comfortable in that cushion in New Orleans. But yeah, that secondary for years now, though they've been a top 5, top 10 defense, I feel like there's a lot of times when the game gets in the trenches that the quarterbacks kind of go at them corners, kind of goes at the secondary, So, hey, that can be a lead or something. You know what I'm saying? Something potentially breaking down. And if the defense breaks down and then the offense breaks down, we've seen it against the Bucks. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season for It might be 4-13, but I don't think in this division they'll go that. I think they're respectable enough to be able to string some wins in the division. Tampa's losing guys on the defensive side, so it's gonna be around. They'll see them again. They have a respectable record against not only the Bucks but Tom, and that's all they can do is to hope to win the next game.
Honeycomb is done in KC. He was allowed to be a rover. He can't do that. That's true. He can improvise when he's playing a rover. Now he got assignments. I don't think he's disciplined enough for that.
No.
And glad Marcus Williams was let go by the Saints. Let him go. Some of the Ravens could sign him. Yeah, it's a lot of infighting going on. As I look into this post a little bit more, dude ain't say nothing about Ingram fumble. That guy, his response, they got overshadowed by the 3 INTs with the pick 6 in the fourth quarter. They fighting amongst themselves, boy. It's early. But that's what I like about the Saints fans, boy. They turn on each other in a minute.
It's over. It's over, man.
Thomas running out. Winston started forcing things, trying to score quick and not going through his reads. As much as I think Olave will be good, how you leave out Juice Landry and Mike T, feed them first. Yeah, I did notice that. It's like he wasn't reading properly because only Landry, I think he only got targeted maybe twice, and he got 1 catch, and he kept going after Olave, kept going at even an interception he threw, he wasn't open. It was a bad throw.
He just feels like all that, and then I'm gonna mix Tom and the Bucks into it a little bit. His mind was going. His mind was racing the whole day. I'm playing Tom Brady on the other side. The team that let me go, they let this guy. They signed this guy and win the championship. Like he's forever gonna be in the barbershop saying that could have been my Super Bowl. That could have been my Super Bowl, knowing damn well, Jameis, you wasn't gonna win one with that team. Like that's the type of reaction he's forever gonna get, and that's what he's always gonna think when he's playing that team. And that performance right there, it stunk. And hopefully,
it's bad.
He had a chance to, redeem himself against the Buccaneers, because this is simply a mental issue here with the Buccaneers.
I think so. Last season showed us, and it's common sense, the Saints should not play a quarterback that is injured. Makes sense. They shouldn't. Marcus Williams got 3 picks in 2 games with the Ravens. He's the only good one on our defense. He's real good. And Jameis did have LASIK surgery. Maybe he need reboot surgery. Something going on, man. Something going on.
Hold on. I'm going to be real. Since he's been in New Orleans, he's gotten a lot more media press than he's gotten ever in Tampa. That should tell you something.
That's true.
That should tell you something. That should tell you that the Saints or the NFL, somebody, they trying to end the race with Jameis Winston. And
yes, they are.
They're not your star player. For instance, your star player. Like, okay, crack ribs, regular season, we going to sit them out possibly. See how much you get tolerated, whatever. Justin Herbert may be different because it's 10 days you getting rest. they may play him. His make J.R. tolerate the pain. But in terms of Jameis fractures in your back, they don't got no respect.
That's your core.
They don't got no respect for you if they ain't letting you sit on that bench and relax and rest and get better.
No. I think this is going to be his last year there. So we're going to take our first break for the night, fam.
Yes, sir.
As they always say, we'll be back in about 15, 20. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Sports Chatter Show. Next topic queued up. Be right back.
Oh, yeah, we hit.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
And we're back. And I agree. Teams are trying to push Jameis aside, man. So something a little bit more productive. The second topic for the night, we're going to call this the best wide receiver quarterback duo. And this one is from the sports judge in our group. And he says Allen and Diggs might be the best wide receiver quarterback combo going in the league right now. How you feeling about that one?
We can deal with a little reaction and after week 2. I mean, we seen the game last night. Those two guys literally made the Titans tap out. Literally had them sub Tannehill and had Derrick Henry himself take off his gloves.
Yeah, he did that, man. Man, Henry look kind of either he not healthy, but man, these first 2 games, boy, he been put in the check.
Who? Henry?
Henry.
Tell you why. Tell you why.
Because I know Tannehill not going to do nothing.
He tell you why, because the game is lean on him. You know what I'm saying? And hey, he'll still have his runs where he's able to, get by, and I'm not disrespecting him at all. But he had his run, and if the run's over and declines, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's had some spectacular things at the running back position. And in this generation at all, it's kind of what you did in your time span of being the horse.
Yeah.
You don't have this career no more where it's 10 to 14 years and you get to be the starter every year. You got to watch your back. You got to watch your back
every year now.
Every week. Every week. There's no Emmett Barry Sanders, sweetness. None of them guys are walking through the door. Eric Dickerson, none of those guys are running through the door. Marshall Faulk, none of those guys are running through the door. Because the NFL is not allowing that anymore. So you have to make your time worth it. Derrick Henry has done that. Maybe, they signed him to a big deal, so he's in Tennessee for a minute. The question is, you may have to get somebody in front of him, somebody new, Will Malik Willis get that opportunity? Is it not time right now, but maybe time in the season to maybe experiment with the QB position in Tennessee?
Right. Let's see. We got Lewin is hurt again, and Hill is no threat, which is why they load the box. And Henry is playing not to get hurt so he can get that trade to a contender. Interesting perspective. He got some juice left.
Yeah, Tennessee ain't letting that happen, man. But Diggs and Allen right now dominating the game. They tapped out the Rams in LA. You know what I'm saying? So far, so good for them. The next few games is really going to test the gangster. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to hear the same noise when they're mediocre games. Or when Gabe Davis is catching smoke too, because we've seen him develop and get smoke, and Diggs is doing his thing as well. But, to me, this could be something that's sustainable the whole season, but that would be a real disrespect on cornerbacks and safeties if Diggs is able to have a crazy season, which every week he's getting in the end zone once or twice.
That's true.
That would be insane. I don't see that type of thing happening. But in terms of being the top duo in the league, they can do that. But you got to remember, too, Cooper Kupp in his first few games looking like he's going to get the ball all the time. So as long as that happens, him and Stafford would always be right behind him over there. You know, you could say Matthew may decline as well. But, hey, that's another duo up there as well.
Saquon says, I agree with that. Titans is done.
Will,
okay, I said, what's up, Will? What's up, fam? They're going to give Willis a chance in like 2 or 3 weeks if they keep this up. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Tannehill is bad.
Peter like this, it's like Derrick Henry. You know what Derrick Henry, his spurt and his run as running back remind me of, and people probably gonna laugh at me. Rudy Huxtable in the Cosby Show.
Elaborate.
Rudy and all. Hey, if anybody watch Cosby Show, Rudy was the running back. What they call a sweet pea? I think they call her a sweet pea. She had some games where she was dominating. And I mean, Derrick Henry has dominated over the course of seasons, but this is a guy before the domination, you know, was kind of like you know, he was behind and waiting his moments. And then, you know, all of a sudden, you know, start going to the games and Sweet Pea wasn't Sweet Pea no more. You know, that could be because of the team, you know, that could be because of himself, you know,
right.
And the way this running back game is now. And, you know, people can't come up to that with good running back. It's kind of like me with Zeke. When people disrespect Zeke, I'm still on the train that Zeke can still be a good, viable running back. But sometimes that frame of being the guy may be over because of the way the running back politics are in the NFL. You know, you got to watch your back literally every day, every week, because that next guy behind you, the youngster, the speedster, might take your spot.
That's true. I think Zeke's replacement is playing right now in college.
They don't have a replacement for Derrick Henry, and that's the good thing for him. But how long is, like somebody said, you know, how long until he gets fed up, you know what I'm saying, with what's going on?
That's true. That's true. I think Zeke is going to be in Dallas one more year.
I would wish they win the Super Bowl. They traded away A.J. Brown and lost Julio. Henry see 89 minutes in a box because there's no other option.
And I want to know why they signed off for that. Remember the A.J. Brown trade was on draft night.
Yeah.
What? He was on, his second year, I think?
Yeah.
He's still on a rookie contract.
They didn't want to pay him. They didn't want to give him $20 million. Yeah.
But he was like 2 years away from that. And they didn't really get much. Would they get like a fourth or a fifth for him or something like that?
Yeah. What do y'all consider I'm gonna say, what do y'all consider AJ Brown in regards to the top receivers in the league? Like, you know, we can throw a 10 in there. You have 10 in mind because when they did it on draft night, I'm sitting here like they really did that, and I think the team they traded him to, like, you don't trade a team like the Eagles. You don't give your number one receiver to the Eagles.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like, you don't do that. Like, you don't do that. You if you're not gonna give him the $20 million, you put him in an uncomfortable spot. You helped him out and put him in a good spot, and they paid him.
Yep.
So you could have kind of juggled, like, it becomes a time where now you have practically nobody and it's building up. So Tennessee's basically telling the city that they're rebuilding. Like,
oh, okay,
they're rebuilding.
Eagles traded a first this past year, and actually gave a first and a third this year for him. It's not bad.
And you gave it to the Eagles. The Eagles that are looking for guys like that. They look to get trades for guys like Alshon Jeffrey and AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, now to me, I don't think it's all the way, they traded AJ Brown like that. That's why I asked everybody in the chat, would y'all consider him in terms of, you know, tops of the receivers in the league? But for that Philadelphia Eagles team, you get a big body. You know what I'm saying? You get a big body, exactly what they need in the trenches when they need a bucket. I mean, or in case, you know, a first down or something. They got that. Tennessee rebuilding. But dual-wise, Diggs, Joshua doing their thing. And if
Yes,
anybody
it look good, man. The only weakness I see from them is their run game. Minus Hurts, but just the backs themselves.
It's only gonna be one guy that catches him. I said one guy. Remember, this is duels. There's only gonna be one guy in the NFL that can catch him.
Who's that?
People might say, "Oh, Joe Burrow and Chase may catch him once they get in when Joe Burrow gets in shape." No, Patrick Mahomes, the only one. Patrick Mahomes is doing it by himself. He's flinging touchdowns on his own. You know what I'm saying? To different guys. So I'm just being funny with it. It's something that's definitely gonna be watching the season. They look crazy. The fact that they made that team tap out like that last night.
It wasn't even that close as the score dictated.
They traded for a team that drafted Riga over Jefferson. Yeah, no. But this is the thing. This is my point too. Philly don't like Philly when it comes to drafting receivers.
Nelson Aguilar.
Like I said, they're bad at drafting receivers. But if you put a trade market out there for them, like, oh, give me a trade, they're like, okay, they come up.
Yeah,
They come up. T.O., Alshon Jeffrey, now potentially A.J. Brown in a year where they're trying to sneak the East. You know what I'm saying? And they made the playoffs last year. So we're not sitting here like this is not a full rebuild for them this year. This is something that, you know, steamed up last year, and due to the NFL giving the extra team a playoff spot, they were able to capitalize on it.
Right.
So, and whoo.
It's a hot fire, man.
But y'all know NFL running backs, duels, top quarterbacks, all that changes on a weekly, daily, with everybody. You know, nobody has a consistent list. Some people do. Shout out to the people that always has a consistent list, but there's a lot of people that jig-jog, do different things and different players. Hey, and that's the way the game is, man. It's the fun it brings. The NFL brings excitement after 2 weeks.
Man, that's good stuff, man. Yeah. So we got one more break, and we're gonna cross the finish line strong, as we always do. We be back about what they say around these here pods, about 15, 20. Hold on to your butts.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's Mike Larimore here. Just wanted to give a quick shout out to STWF Media for all of the love and the positivity they've been sending my way recently. We partnered up, you know what I'm saying? I just like the energy the guys bring over there. So any sports talk, you want to talk football, you want to talk baseball, they might even talk bowling if you're interested. Boxing, whatever your thing is, man. Go check them out. There's a lot of great coverage over there. Again, it's nothing but positive energy from these guys. Go check them out. Peace.
Home stretch, brother. Home stretch. So we got our last one for tonight. This one I have to say, I wasn't on board with it. He made a believe it out of me. I'm still not completely sold. He looked good Sunday, but he looked like he shot putting the ball when he throws it. And that's one Tua down in Miami. So did you have a chance to catch that thrill of a game?
I caught the thriller. I caught the thriller in Manila, as I called it. Well, no, the thriller in Baltimore. I caught that. I want to give a shout out first off to both the QBs that took part in that game on Sunday, Lamar Jackson and Tua Tagovailoa. You can say what you want about both of those guys, and the media has a lot to say about both them guys.
That's true.
But that was what people come to see on Sundays. People come to see stuff like that. Every little thing that you want to see from every perspective happened in that Ravens-Dolphins game on Sunday. And I want to give a shout out to those young guys. You know what I'm saying? But the topic at hand right now is young Tua and the way he performed and what Miami wants to potentially do with him or don't want to do with him. And it's good for him to be able to shut down that hate. I'm one guy that said last year it started like it was gonna improve, and then he got hurt. He came back and had to relearn. You know what I'm saying? And the mental that he's had to deal with since coming into the league, being one of the top college guys, with high hopes and high momentum, and the media are on you to you get to the NFL and they don't love you no more, Tua. They don't love you no more. And then Tua, you do what they don't want you to do. You have a game like this on Sunday to keep them on you, you know what I'm saying, at least for another week and say. Hopefully next week you don't have a shit. But I want to give a shout out to the young boy because I feel like he still could improve. The players that they got around him, you know what I'm saying, obviously they're going to run a system that favors him. And just be high on the percentage tip, you know what I'm saying, game-wise. You have a receiver that you can give the ball to. You have a hell of a running game, too. You know what I'm saying? You have weapons out there.
They do. They gave him a supporting cast.
And even if you're humble, you don't become the greatest of all time. You don't become a great QB. But I think he has all that stuff outside of the game that should bless him and bring him to the poise on the field every game to be able to perform. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
We're watching a lot of WWE lately, you know what I'm saying? His cousins, you know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The bloodline. Go tap into Roman Reigns and them and get some love from the bloodline. Because what Miami got right now is the bloodline. I said Miami might be the sleeper team in the AFC this year. I thought they were poised to be better than both of those teams that was in front of them in the AFCs last year. But Buffalo's on a different level right now. They're over here stunning. And I think that's going to be a hell of a match when they play too. Maybe Buffalo wipes their asses the first game they play. But I think Miami is going to overtake New England. They proved that in week 1. And I think that they're going to be a great team this season.
They have – CBS has the Dolphins on the power rankings. They have them ranked number 8 right now.
Yeah, as they should. Those receivers have came to play, have shown up for him. The running backs are playing good. Hey, Mike Gesicki had a bad week 1. He had a better week 2. The defense, you know, they did whatever they was playing Lamar Jackson on Sunday. I don't feel like that defense, you know what I'm saying? It's tough to play against a guy like that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to take Miami in terms of the AFC teams, and I think they can be one of those teams in playoff contention, you know, when the playoffs are all set. Right. So they definitely had a better team last year than New England in my eyes. I just feel like Tua get hurt. When you get hurt, you got to restart and do things again. When the media is not on you already, it's tough.
Game of the week. I don't know about game of the week. It's going to be good.
Yes, he was just
Buffalo
okay.
looks damn good, man.
He was just okay into the 4th. He was just okay into the 4th. You know what I'm saying? You can take that 2-interception game and you can throw what you want. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you went out there. You had reads. A guy came back. Tyreek Hill came back in the game. Hold on. Tyreek Hill spoke highly of Tua and his coach after the game. Tyreek Hill came back in the game. Now, he can do that to be the superstar that he is, or he can do that because he believes his team has a chance, or he's a real professional. But not only did he do that, the QB responded in a positive way. I think that holds a lot.
It does.
We seen the locker room last year, and Brian Flores ended up being the guy that didn't rock with Tua. And he ended up the guy being the rat and being let out. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that I got to call Brian Flores the rat because that's 50 and 50 right there. When the whole story came out, it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? But Miami's in the direction where they want to be positive. They want to win. They've been on the dirt side for so many years. They still got dirts on top of the organization. We know that. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of winning, you have to at some point turn that into positive wins. You got to turn that into positive weeks. You got to turn that all around. No, he was out. Hold on. Out what? He was out. He was out. He was out. He was out football-wise a long period of time. That score was running up. The score was running up. Baltimore, Lamar running all on him for a 70-yard run, man. You know, y'all was having y'all good old time up in Baltimore. And at the expense of your Ravens, Tua had the best stats in the QB this weekend. So
tied a franchise record, 6 touchdown passes in the game.
If anybody got to respect Tua, it's you, Quick. So you better stop the cap.
So I think this weekend we'll get a good look to see.
I would trade Tua for Dak right now.
Really?
I would take Tua.
Wow. Okay.
I would take Tua over Dak. I'm a lefty. And I'm sorry. Sometimes I have a strong bias for lefties. I like to give lefties an extra chance in the game. So Tua's a lefty. I'm looking at
Quick said you capping, man.
I can never win, right?
We're going to see, because Buffalo's got a pretty good defense, damn good secondary. So we're going to see what they do. It's going to be a good, you know what? I'm going to agree with, who's that earlier? Is that Nathan? Said game of the week? I'm going to agree with you on that, Nathan. Sorry, Nate. My bad, Nate.
Bills Dolphins?
Yeah.
Bills Dolphins, and this is what I'm saying. And they see Diggs doing that, and they just seen that they got crushed by no receivers last week. Hold on. Let me re-strategize that for my Ravens fan here. They did bad against no receivers last week, so they're gonna have all the motivation this week to say we're actually playing receivers this week, and we're gonna have to do something because we've been watching their tape. That's why.
That's true.
Special
user, who's better, Chiefs or Bills? And I agree with you, Quick. I think the Bills right now, they do have a better defense.
Who's better?
The Chiefs.
Bills or the Chiefs right now?
Yeah.
Chiefs.
I gotta go with the Bills, man.
Hold on. We could go Bills in this situation, but what has happened? What has happened in the Chiefs matchup? At the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes smacks Josh Allen in the booty. That's what I've seen happen. So I'm not going to ride Buffalo over Kansas City until I actually see Buffalo. When the score is 0, they're the winners. I'm sorry. Hey, the Patriots for 20 years, dominant team. Even if I think the Patriots are bad, there's one thing I'm going to say about them. They earned the respect to be, when you talk about their division, you talk about them. You know what I'm saying? In the years that Tom Brady is playing, when it comes to the AFC, you talk about them. Mahomes in this division, in this conference, comes to them, you always got to talk about them. Because even if they're losing games, they're not the Bengals. And for everybody that want to talk about the Bills right now, the Bills is in the curse still. Last time I checked, they still cursed. But they're a good team, though, this year. But we've seen them with good teams before. We've seen them with it wasn't Jim Kelly, but we've seen with Josh Allen now. We've seen with Jim Kelly. I mean,
them Bills, man, they do got Von Miller coming off that edge now.
Yo, this is Poland Spring. Shout out to Poland Spring water. You know what I'm saying? We out here. There's no sipping. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually on a 90-day, no alcohol. So, you know, this is day 3. So
good for you, man. Rough weekend.
It was a rough weekend, guys. I went from whiskey to the Henny I was with Snoop Dogg. I was with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa. You know what I'm saying, at the casino. So my night was lit. You know, and Sunday I watched all the NFL Sunday from my bed.
Facebook, you said congrats on the no alcohol. Will said that Poland Spring is tap water.
Poland Spring is the hood tap water. Poland Spring, I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Kwan said, "Nah, you stutter, bro. Hit us with it wasn't me."
It wasn't.
Man, who you got for shout outs tonight, fam?
I'll give a shout out to all you guys, man. Love you all. You know,
y'all doing it tonight, man.
All that. Respect all you guys. You guys are the real supporters. You reason why the lights stay on. You're the reason why we come on and say we down to do this tonight and remain motivated. If anything I learned this year, and the year's not over yet, is to continue to motivate yourself if nobody's going to motivate you. Because in reality, nobody's going to motivate you but yourself. Same way it motivates you guys to come in and tap in with us on a nightly basis. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you too, Coach. Shout out to once again. Happy birthday to the missus. You know, and I hope you send me some Little J's donuts real soon.
No doubts, no doubts. Man, shout out to, we had some for quite a few people hanging out with us tonight. Shout out to Chris, Kawan, Cedric.
Working me out so I lost your drink again. Nah, 90 days. I'm out. I got Mary Jane. She be all right to me. You know, I'll be good.
Shout out to Nate. Shout out to Will. We appreciate y'all, man. If I forgot anybody, my apologies. I'm scrolling through these. Shout out to a Facebook user, whoever you are. Appreciate y'all tapping in here with us tonight. Shout out to my man too. We scrambled. We almost didn't make it tonight. Had some technical difficulties, but we made it happen, Kevin.
Yes, sir. Can we just let our viewers know we will not have our basketball show tomorrow? It's been kind of slow on the basketball hand, but we're figuring out to do some things, you know, as the football season progresses. And when the basketball season does start, you know, we'll get tapped right into basketball again. But, you know, we have to spread our love to this fabulous, you know what I'm saying, no flag league, NFL, you know, and prepare ourselves, you know, for a crazy season in which the Cowboys are going to prove to you guys that no matter the situation, we are the situation. And we have. So everybody enjoy your night.
We appreciate y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon. Make sure you tune in with us Sunday morning for our Fantasy Draft Insight Show. And we're going to have some fun. Got to check out the group. You're not in there, get in there. Got a couple of announcements coming on the programming. Hopefully make it fun and engaging for everybody. But, you know, with that being said, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. Holla at your boys. Peace.
Take care.